All right, so hello, hello, hello. This is the Geek Protagonist. This one is Rogue One, a Star Wars story. So I'm gonna roll through this bad boy. This one shouldn't be as long as the others. I know I said it, but I do have a lot less notes because this movie is very concise. So from the opener crawl, they need Gene Urso and to steal basically the weapons and stuff. The opening crawl, I actually really liked it for this movie. It kind of got everything to right where it needed to be, kind of situation. Um, let's see. Gene Urso is an awesome character. Uh, the whole I rebel, that's why. That's not even in the movie, so you can let that go. K2 was great. He was funny, named after a mountain. Wonderful character, robot. Beautiful droid. Donnie Yen is a guy who I feel always deserves more than what he gets. He added to the force and laid the lore. There was just more there with him. Um, it also showed that the rebellion are a bit dirty and good guys do bad things. I thought that was actually a great message. Krunik was fun, very rough, very imperial. Um, they did character drops like crazy. That was another thing this movie had. I was really going for it, including people from Rebels. If you go watch my Rebels one, I actually mentioned them. It felt like Battlefront and Stormtroopers of how they were dirty and how the battles went on the ground. Um, this one has standout battles, especially the space battles. Between I love the J.J. Abrams added on space battles. I know some people are like, oh, I don't care. The Disney ones have the better space battles. And between Rogue One and I think one of the best space battles was also on Rise of Skywalker. I know. Rise of Skywalker. I commit the ultimate sin because I don't nitpick every little thing Disney does. But still, but this one really had a great space battle. I'm gonna say Rogue One still might have had the best space battle. Ground battles were gritty, raw. I love that. Uh, the This one on the second and third watching, no matter how many times I watch it, makes you want to watch A New Hope. That's good. It makes me want to watch more Star Wars. It's like one right into it. They drop in hard, and I think that's fine. You got the Galen Urso situation. I'm talking about dropping just with the story. The Mind Squid was a bit odd, but I did like Forrest Whitaker's character. I can't remember his name right now. I'm a little tired. Sorry. Uh, but his paranoia for Saul's thing from the journey with his sister and how he went from one place to the other by this point. Um, you see how the Death Star begins. That was cool, but and that connects back to Rebels. When you see how the Rebels got to their thing on the show, that leads to this. Cassian Andor, the kill shot. I thought that with my arm thing that set the mood. That was great. Bail Organa, sweet show. How he went from kind of someone who kind of started off kind of small to be one of the most important characters of the series up to that point. With the prequels, Clone Wars, Rebels, he hit Obi-Wan, the twins, now Rogue One with the Rebels. Then he goes to Alderaan and it's like, oh no, you're going to Alderaan. See it, bro. Grand Moff Tarkin, I thought that was great. CG Peter Cushing. At first, it stood out a bit, but as it went, I didn't even notice it too much anymore. It worked. The shine. I love how Disney keeps refining that technology. I think it's getting better and better, and it even got better during the movie. It felt like it was great because that other guy, that Vader was like, who pretty much answered to, was taking casting. And you couldn't do this movie without Grand Moff Tarkin. So people that are complaining and saying it disrespected his legacy, no, it actually solidified his legacy even more. Doing people from the past still can as long as they're not. Now, if he was some dude who all of a sudden was like, nope, I am gay and I hate black people and that had nothing to do with him, then that would be a problem. Um, Krennic had two bosses. I thought that was funny. While trying to have his come up, and a boss takes credit for your work. We all can relate to that, and it was kind of interesting, just like how he was like, "Oh," and Dark, and he's like, "Well, it's my thing, it's mine," And I thought that dynamic between them was actually very interesting. And like I said, get over the whole Tarkin thing. Uh, Crafts on ideas. It was very well done. It was very Tarkin. Fit the continuity. It worked. Just get over yourself. Like, stop complaining every time someone wants to do something. Past characters need to be used when they're going into the past, or it won't make sense. Jin sees her dad's message. They don't need me now. Like, the dad, I thought that was cool. Now they can build this, so I gave it a weakness. Now the reason for that stupid one shot that Luke did now actually makes sense with the exhaust port. Why would that exhaust port blow up the Death Star? How can they overlook it? Well, now you know why. There was actually a plan towards that, and I thought that was great. It also shows that how inept the Empire really is, and with the Star Killer base, actually they just copied the design, so it had the same kind of weakness. I like the Easter eggs of who you see, who you trust, things like that. Now it fixes the plot point of how you get to old Ben. It kind of all like stitches together. I know it's not making sense, but I'm just saying how everything stitched together with Obi-Wan and all that. It kind of stitches more. Um, you got the Easter egg, the pilot egg, Easter egg for the X-wing with the pilots when the big battle happens on the Star raid. I'm like, oh, so you know how Luke became that? You actually get to see Gold Leader, and it looks like the original Gold Leader guy. I'm assuming they used some CG, but it was definitely Gold Leader from the original. And what I mean by the Easter egg is that Red 5 ends up dying in this, and now you know how Luke took up the whole Red 5 thing. He became Pilot Red 5 because Red 5 didn't make it through this particular battle, which makes sense why they would be here, since the time between this and A New Hope is like 1 to 2. So that makes sense. When you see K2SO's death, I remember the crowd reacted. I reacted. It was very sad. And you're like, well, for me, I was like, hold on. Are we watching the final mission? Am I watching Ghosts? It's kind of like, oh my god, these guys, I don't think they're going to make it. And Shiru Umuai, aka Donnie Yen, I don't know if I said his name right. I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force is with me, avoiding the fire and belief. The will of the Force, he's got to make it. Kind of similar to what C3PO did. I thought that was cool. I love the Spaceball reference, by the way, with the which is my friend's favorite movie of all time. But we were talking like it's after like the second or third view. I'm like, oh my god, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, it's a Spaceball reference. I thought that was great because Spaceballs is wonderful. I thought that was just fun, and I thought it was a great nod and wink to people who love everything like this. Darth Vader's Sith session changes from the first movie to the second movie, where it's like this was in there. He had the newer armor in the second movie. The red eyes were kind of gone, even though I kind of like the red eyes. But he looked like he did from A New Hope, and I thought that was a nice touch for continuity. Vader, and the most you see him is in the rejuvenation tank. I thought that was great. So now you understand why he would change his armor, because they would be improving it. As time progresses, you also see him improve with the Emperor. Do you see like sort of low guy lets him know, hey, the Emperor wants you and stuff. Love the setup, how they just did the whole thing with Krennic. Krennic walks up nervous to Vader because you actually see that Vader is a threatening presence while he's in his ooze and stuff. You see him put on a thing. And to me, he delivers as a beastly villain line. I know people say it's cheese, but I love when he says, don't choke on your ambitions. I thought it was cool because even though people are like, Vader isn't whippy, Vader is kind of a smart aleck from time to time. He has those moments like what he did with Luke. He kind of talks down to you a little bit and kind of plays with you. And I think for him, he's just like, yeah, you need to be put in your place. I felt like Vader just did what he did. This was a dramatic, just that light. I just loved it. Sorry, I lost my place. Oh, after Krennic dies, you see them run The door malfunctions. The lights dim. So yeah, so Wayne Krennic dies and the whole situation happens. These guys got the plans. They're trying to get it there, and like I said, the door closes. The lights dim. You hear the lightsaber. You see red. Guys go in, deflects, raises the guy up. Boom! While he's going here, doing his thing, coming through these soldiers, and he slashes the guy on top of the roof through the monster. The guy just falls, and he like helps. The guy goes from "Help us, help us, help us." He realizes the door can't go. He goes, "Take it," and then Vader stabs him through the door, and it shows that he just kills everybody. It's just some of the most vicious Vader you've seen. And honestly, if you've seen him in Rebels, he's just as vicious with a TIE fighter. He just takes on people and takes them out. And that shows he's a soldier because he still goes in and gets dirty. Then you have the CGI Leia. And she says, they go, "What is this?" And she goes, "It's Hope." I thought she looked cool. A little rough, but pretty good. It was smooth. It was awesome. Cleaned. New Hope, straight right in. Feels like an extension of the movie. Sweet stuff. Just felt like that. Look. That's one of the greatest scenes of Vader, when you just see the lights go and and he just comes through. You can just watch that by itself. It's wow, 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 and it's like they couldn't do nothing to Vader. Vader was just a monster, and Vader was like, "No, I am the monster. I am the death that comes for you. Look at me and look at death." He doesn't say that, but that's how I view that, and he just cuts through them. This is another one of those Star Wars that blew my mind. Some people go, "Oh, Rogue One was alright. It was good." No, Rogue One was amazing. There is no alright when it comes to Rogue One, okay? It's a mind blower, alright? Rogue One, I will put that up against any Star Wars you love. Is one of the best Star Wars that's there. It's in the top, out of how many movies they have and shows, 9, 10, 11, 12 out of them, it should be in your top 3. Rogue One has people who I know that don't even like Star Wars that go, "But Rogue One, no." My boy, who is more of a Star Trek fan, Rogue One is his movie. He's like, "No, Rogue One is the best." And funny enough, anything Star Wars, anything whatsoever, he compares to Rogue One. He's like, "Is it as good as Rogue One?" "Nope, not as good as Rogue One." I'm like, you can't do that, dude. It's hard. When you follow that movie or that thing you love, mine have changed over the years. When I get to them, I'll tell you. It's not my favorite, but Rogue One's definitely in the top 5 best Star Wars. So, this is the Geek Protagonist. I told you this one was going to be a little shorter. You stay healthy, you stay safe, you stay real. Watch Rogue One. Love it. Great. You can watch it by itself. I don't care. I'm out. Hey, thank you for visiting my channel. This is the Geek Protagonist. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Please, it'll really help me out in the channel if you actually share these videos. If you like what I'm doing, please hit that bell notification. Hit it, click. This way you won't miss any of my videos. Also, there's a thing on there that says personal and all. Hit the all. This way you'll get them every time for the notifications. I'm trying to, grow, trying to do commentary about what's going on. And I want to thank you again. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay real. This is the Geek Protagonist. I'm out, and I'll see you.